Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Going to talk to Ed Sylvan, and he is really an insider, if you will, when it comes to understand what's going on in the whole penny stock arena. I find penny stocks interesting. I know people have made an incredibly sizable amount. The ease of investing, of getting in, the small amount making a big difference. I know others who really have almost treated it like penny slots in Vegas and have nothing to show for it. And it's interesting to find out. You know, there's a lot of people out there sincerely believe it's just another form of investing. Probably don't want to do all of your investing in that arena, but as a part of your portfolio, certainly makes sense. I'm looking forward to get Ed's take on that. Welcome to the program, Ed.
Kevin, for having me very much.
Yeah, you bet. Tell us a little bit about what you do in your background.
My background is I've many years, 20 years in the investment banking arena, raising capital for small cap companies, dealing with penny stocks. Currently, I'm the CEO of a company called Sycamore Entertainment. We're a publicly traded company that deals in the marketing and distribution of motion pictures. We currently have a picture coming out in September called Unsullied. That's going to be our second film for the year.
Yeah, very good, very good. And tell us about your experience and knowledge of penny stocks. Obviously, that's our main focus today.
Right. My experience in penny stocks is for the last 20 years, my focus has been primarily dealing in penny stocks, raising capital for small cap companies, doing reverse mergers, debt conversions, helping small cap companies raise capital. And as a current issuer, that's my daily focus in making sure the company brings in the sufficient capital to execute its business plan and issuing stock to people who are interested in participating in the penny stock market. So I'm well experienced and well versed in that side of the marketplace.
Yeah. Okay. So what's your experience? What's your overall view of penny stocks?
I think penny stocks is a very good way for investors to participate in the equity markets. Again, there's the ease of use, there's this lower barrier to entry, there's liquidity, and it helps out small companies because they need that money in order to grow their business plans. It's just a function of the biggest challenge for penny stock investors is making sure that they have their interests aligned with the interests of the companies that they're investing in. And I think that's one of the greatest challenges in order to have those two different factions come together in order to both have them accomplish their objectives.
A lot of people are worried about with penny stocks, you know, the cost of the stocks literally can be pennies, sometimes almost fraction of pennies, it looks like.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So the cost of actually the transaction itself can be pretty significant when you're looking at the penny stocks. What are some affordable ways for people to do exchanges on penny stocks?
There's a handful of ways. I think one of the more popular ways is by doing debt conversions, getting penny stocks at a discount from its current trading price, actually contacting the companies themselves and finding out if that company needs help in order to raise money. And there's mechanisms in place that allow investors to buy stock wholesale, if you will, and help the company get going. That's one of the more key ways that a lot of savvy penny stock investors take a position in companies without having to chase stocks. I think that's how a lot of people get hurt, is they chase penny stocks up and without understanding the fundamentals of the company. So sorry?
Yeah, I was going to ask, are you currently actively involved in penny stocks?
I'm very active. I'm actually the CEO of a public company that is a penny stock. So I deal with penny stock buyers every single day.
And is that your film distribution company?
That's correct. Sycamore Entertainment. The symbol is SEGI.
Yes. And what is your current value on the stock market?
We're sub penny. We're trading at 0003 to 0005.
0003. Wow. I got to get a calculator on that.
I understand very exactly what you're talking about, and I understand the mentality of the people who trade stock. And we're trying to build a company, and we need shareholders in order to accomplish that. It's the difference between the objective of the shareholder, which is sometimes more of a speculator, and the objective of the CEO of the company that is a business person trying to go a business. One view is short term, and one view is long term, and bringing those two objectives together is a challenge.
Yeah. When did you go public?
We went public in 2010 via a reverse merger with a failed pharmaceutical company.
Interesting. Yeah, and aren't movies kind of like a drug anyway?
Absolutely. Movies. So I'm getting the action from both ends. But the thing about movies is at the end of the day, what really drives stock prices, let's face it, guys, is revenue. And there's very few industries that can generate revenue like the movie business. It's just about finding the right films and getting them to the public, and then the public will pay either at the theaters in order to drive that revenue, which will in turn drive the price of the stock higher. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get out of the penny stock realm into, prices that would allow us to upgrade to, more respectable exchanges and which allows us to access more cash.
Did your business begin in 2010 as well?
It started in 2009. So we were private for a year and realized that we need, a vehicle to raise money. So we decided to go public.
Okay. How many films have you distributed?
This is going to be our second film, and we currently have a television show out as well. And coming up in May and June, we're going to be acquiring another film. So for 2015, we'll have 3 films ready to go.
And what kind of films are they?
Feature films. The film that we're doing right now is a film called Unsullied. It was directed and produced by a former NFL champion, Simeon Rice. And so that's coming out in September. And the film before that was a film called The Eye of the Storm, starring Academy Award winner Jeffrey Rush. So these are major motion pictures that we all know and love, and with major actors that we all know and love. And these films need distribution. They need financing. They need marketing money to get seen by the public, and that's what we do.
And this is fascinating. I find this absolutely fascinating, and it's kind of a window into an area of economics most of us don't get exposure to. Sadly, I'm running out of time, but I'm going to follow up with you to do a follow-up interview to go a little bit more into the independent distribution arena of films. How are most of your movies distributed?
We do theatrical distribution first, and then once it has that awareness, then we take it on to the different what's called ancillary markets, such as DVD, pay-per-view, video on demand, all the different things that you can watch movies on now, Netflix, you name it. We take our movie through those revenue channels, and there's so many now that even a movie that flops at the box office still has a tremendous opportunity to make a lot of money in the long tail, and that's the opportunity for the person investing in the stock as well as the person who's investing in the marketing of the movie. It's just a fascinating industry, and it offers investors who are looking for alternative investments, interest rates of returns that are sort of more competitive to what some of the other alternative investments are offering.
Ed Sylvan has been our guest. He is with Sycamore Entertainment Group. By the way, what part of Canada are you from?
Vancouver.
Yeah, I caught that. All right. Don't ever mention about unless you want people to know where you're from.
Yes.
You did a great job, Ed. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I'm going to get my people to follow up with your people, and we'll get you back on. I'd really like to talk about the Netflix, economics of Netflix. I'm a huge Netflix fan, so it'd be cool to learn more about that angle as well. Okay, thanks so much. We appreciate it. That was a great interview. Thanks again, Ed Sylvan. And by the way, his company is called Sycamore Entertainment Group, and I encourage you to check them out. You put that in Google, you'll find them. I'm Kevin Price. Have a great rest of your day. Spend it wisely right here on this station.